One of the important questions I've been asked to share the answer to with all of you is, how do I know if I'm living my purpose? And the second part is, if I'm doing a job that's making me money and I'm happy doing what I'm doing, but I don't have the money to transition into what I feel my purpose is, how do I make that transition? So I would start by saying, in my Evolve Yourself podcast series on my podcast, Living 4D with Paul Chek, one of the episodes, of which I believe there's 5, is Evolve Your Career. And I talk about all of these things and much more in that episode. So I'd highly recommend all of you listen to that if you have these kinds of questions. The way you know you're living your purpose is because you have a sense of body, mind, and soul alignment. So you feel physically intact. You don't have a heavy heart. You don't have a sense of angst. You don't wake up in the morning going, oh my God, I gotta go do this again. You don't need to drink alcohol or smoke a bunch of pot or use video games and numbing, distracting techniques to give yourself an escape from the reality of your choices. You have a sense of alignment. You have a sense that your values are being met. You have a sense that your heart is involved in living that purpose. So those are some of the key ways you know. You don't second guess yourself or wish that you were doing something else, because you know you're living your purpose. If you want to live your purpose, but you're not able to, for example, you know what it is that you'd really like to do, but you're not able to because you don't have the money to make the transition, but you're in a job that you're happy with. The question is, how do you make the transition? You start by working at what it is or studying what it is that you want to do, so you're moving forward on your weekends and in your evenings. Instead of watching things that are distracting on television, you have to devote a little time to the study and or practice of what it is that is ultimately the way you want to express your purpose, that career or vocation. And then as you get to the point where you're at the point where you can actually start working part-time or charging for your services, like many people do this when they become Chek Holistic Lifestyle Coaches, is they continue in their job, but they start practicing working with people, friends, family, and build their skills to when they have the confidence and they start charging people. Then they might take Saturday and work a Saturday as a holistic lifestyle coach. And then as they build their clientele up, they reduce how much time they're working at their job that was holding them over and giving them the finances they needed to survive. So you kind of have to put one foot in the how do I pay my bills camp and one foot in how do I do what I feel I'm here to do, or what is my dream goal or purpose. And there comes a tipping point where you realize, okay, it's time to go for it. And yes, there might be a little risk involved, but look, there's risk involved in everything. And if you don't look at that, then you're just deluding yourself. So the question is, do you want to risk doing what you love to do, or do you want to risk doing what you think you have to do and keep telling yourself a story until you're frustrated and wake up one day and realize 10 years has gone by? So it's really just a matter of using your time to be diligent about studying and practicing while you make money. And then when you get to the point where you can charge, keep building that up till you hit the tipping point, then make the jump to the other side and live your purpose.